Jumbo, my name is Hasnain Noorani and I'm the Group Managing Director of the Pride Group. With the various experiences that I've had, having interviewed hundreds of applicants for my various companies, I have seen that there's some key steps that people have missed out on, especially within the job seekers. And this is what I'm here to talk to you about today. So remember, getting into your dream job or landing into your dream job, you have to follow 4 easy steps, which is, if you follow them keenly, I can assure you, landing into your dream job is going to be much faster and your chances of success are going to be better. So first and foremost is understand yourself. Now remember, to understand yourself, first question you need to ask yourself is, what is it that you love doing? What are you so passionate about? Because if you are passionate about something, I can promise you, you are going to deliver excellence. And when you start delivering excellence, and especially when you're passionate about something, trust me, working will become like a holiday. So you must understand where your passion lies. Once you have understood where your passion lies, it is important to get your CV right. A lot of job seekers make the mistake of having long CVs, and they believe that having long CVs will impress the companies and will impress in the interviews. And you put in a lot of things. People do not have the time to read. So it is important that you make sure your CV has just got the adequate information and the adequate details. So if I look at it this way here. So first, if you want to get your CV right, you must make sure that you have adequate details about yourself and in terms of about your experience. Remember, having your experience is very important, but don't make it look like a textbook CV. Make sure you have defined well in your previous company that you worked. How did you add value? So for instance, if you're vying for the marketing position and that is what you're passionate about, it is very, very important that you talk about in the previous company that you worked in, how did you deliver value to that particular company? And you mention about the particular education that you have had within your life and within your career. So once you have gotten your CV right and you have made sure it's short, this is where you have now tried to understand yourself and you have clearly defined yourself. Your next step is searching for that right company. Now, this is one of the most difficult steps, and a lot of people get lazy when it comes to searching. Remember, if you have to get the right job, you have to spend some time and some of your detailed time in terms of getting the right job. How do we do the search? Remember, we are very lucky. We are at the day and age of having social media. We are at the age of having social media. So a lot of social media accounts would give you the details where you can be able to get the right job. You have social media. Start talking to friends. Do not be shy. If you're looking for a job, you have your networks, you have your friends. Talk to your friends and tell them this is what you're passionate about, and if they hear of any opening or if they hear of any areas, they should let you know, particularly on your field. Then you have the newspapers, you have employment sites. One other area that a lot of people ignore is trying to contact your own dream company. So let's say there's a particular company that you are looking to work for. These days we have social media to be able to land you into the person who's in charge of a particular department. Try and connect with that particular person and be short and concise. Give them the elevator pitch in terms of how you can add value to that company. So you have to spend a lot of time in terms of searching. And once you have managed to list down and once you have put in your application in place to be able to get your dream job, hopefully if your CV is right, you have managed to explain yourself, you will be invited and you'll have the invitations coming in. Supposedly now you have applied for a marketing job and you have been invited by one or two particular companies. It is important that you read about that company thoroughly. It is very important that you understand the company, because if the company has invited you for a particular position, let's say example, if the company has invited you for a marketing position, it is important that you understand, go through their Facebook pages, go through their social media pages, because that is what marketing is all about. And try and list out what are the challenges they could be facing currently with that particular position. So you need to know about the company, look at what are the challenges that the company is facing, and how can you, as a job seeker or as an applicant, how can you add value to them? And that is where your read and your research part comes in. Sometimes you might even have to invest, and you might have to invest the time to go to the company yourself to get to know more details. So once you have read about the company and the day for the interview has come, this is the day where your interview is there. And during the interview, make sure you have dressed well. And once you're in, and be there on time. And once you have been called in to the interview office, smile. It costs you nothing. Do not panic. Be confident about yourself because you know the sort of value you can deliver, and this is something that you are very, very passionate about. So dress well. Once you get in, greet everyone appropriately, sit yourself down, and then therefore let the interviewers take you through the entire staging process. Remember to listen carefully and then understand what exactly they're trying to ask and answer appropriately. Make sure that in that interview, you have to be honest with whatever it is that you've had within your career. We are in a life where we can get details about any candidate. Any company would want to get details or reference checks about any candidates. They would get it. The moment you lie, you are going to mess up your chances of getting that dream job. However, when you're being honest, because everyone has had their challenges, be honest about the challenges that you've had. Be honest about what are the positives, the learnings that you've had over your previous career, and talk to the interviewers and let them know what are the lessons you have learned and how you as a job seeker or as an applicant can be able to add value to that particular company. Once you have been confident, you have been able to show people the kind of value that you can add, I can assure you the chances of you landing the dream job is going to be extremely high. So people, good luck in terms of getting your dream job, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next week for my next week's topic, which is going to be retaining your job. Asante sana. Thank you. See you next week.